Greetings and welcome to Stunthangar Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter and I'll be your host this evening. I want to extend to you my gratitude for you watching Stunthangar Video Hangouts. If you are watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note of this so you can watch or be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunthangar Forum member to find the link to be part of the live stream and the following after party. Here at Stunthangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunthangar Forum, you can find the link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench. And momentarily, I'm going to post the link, which will have today's date into this space we're in. Now, if you're not a member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying. You must place a space between your real first and last name when you register. You must also use a valid email address or Sparky. The proprietor of Stunthangar will not approve you. If you're inclined to not come in, just enjoy watching this on YouTube. Wonderful, fantastic. Please enter your questions or comments in the chat box, and I'll do my best to make your comments or questions a part of the show. Understand, sometimes even I can't get a word in, so be patient. I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comments. And by the way, you can only make comments or ask your question during a live stream. So like I said, I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, if you find the Stunthangar Video Hangouts that I host and the many building videos that Sparky does on this platform informative and enjoyable, please give us a thumbs up. That's a like. Subscribe and share the videos, and comments also help the Stunthangar YouTube channel grow. Please consider joining Stunthangar's YouTube channel memberships, which start at just $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. I mean, that's like a cup of coffee a month, not a lot of money. And you can use the super chat, which is located at the bottom of the chat box, to make donations as well. Now, you only can use the super chat donation feature during a live stream. So remember, every Monday and Friday, 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, come on in, make a donation, please. We greatly appreciate it. Now, your support helps offset some of the expenses of running Stunthangar. And with your memberships, you'll get special badges I can see in the YouTube chat and unlimited replay of member-only videos. And once a month, Sparky has a question and answer show for members only. Now, this is Sparky's YouTube channel. I'm in here twice a week. So if you want to get in touch with me, go to my YouTube channel at Flying Control Line Stunt. That's all the letters are there. Flying Control Line Stunt. Place your comment on or question on the 2019 AMA National Championships video, which Sparky shot of me flying his Junar XL plane at the Nationals. And if you do that, I'll receive a notification and be able to respond to you quickly. I want to thank you for your past, present, and future support. You are making it happen. Please keep the conversations, please keep the conversations family room friendly. In other words, please don't use words or do things you wouldn't do or say around your children or grandchildren. Without any further ado, I'm going to post the link at Stunthangar Forum right now. Anyway, so that's posted. Let me go to the YouTube channel. I'm going to go to Sparky's channel. Again, this is not my channel. Let me go to Sparky's channel and see that everything is working as it should be. Just bear with me for a second here. Okay. Hope everyone's had a good week. All right, so I'm entering the control panel. That's what I call it anyways. It looks like we have 8 concurrent viewers, and half of you have given us a like. So please, if you haven't hit the like button, please do that. That helps the analytics of the channel. And don't forget the super chat, subscriptions. Join. There's a join button. If you're on the YouTube channel, you see the join button. Hit that. And there's 3 tiers. I just mentioned the lowest tier, which is the $4.99 a month. But if you want to be a big tipper, you can go to that tier. And then the super chat is one and done. And hopefully you come in and do that, as you please. Now I have Mike Rigel in the chat. He says, "Evening, Charles. Seems like I'm always first." You've been on it, Mike Rigel. I'm telling you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And Tom Ramos says, "Like provided." Thank you very much, Tom. And Mike Rigel goes on to say, "Charles, would I be able to check out the after party with my phone? I'm going to have to find my password or get a new one. I had written it down. I don't have the internet hooked up to my computer." If you can get on the internet, you need to go to Stunthangar forum and just go in there, and the link is posted under at the bench. So if you're registered for Stunthangar forum, that's stunthangar.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying. Go in there and then look for the link called At the Bench, or the thread called At the Bench. You'll see today's date there. Come in there and you'll be in. Love to have you. Love to see who you are. Let's see here. So we're up to 10 concurrent viewers, 5 likes. And don't forget, when you subscribe, hit the bell and make sure you receive all notifications. So if either myself comes in or Sparky or something like that, you'll be notified. And I think we're all caught up. So hopefully someone will come in and join us, and we will have a good time talking about what we love. That's flying model airplanes or building. Some people, I know a few people like this. They like building, and they would build a masterpiece. I mean, they'll build some artwork, but they really don't want to put it in the air because, you know what? It could crash. It could become a balsa graffiti, It could just be a mess. So I understand that. And there is a crashing stage. I think I'm beyond the crashing stage, minus a hardware failure. And even that's getting pretty, I haven't had a hardware failure in a long time. So I think I'm pretty much past it, but you never know. It's always, I've had a couple surprises. I had one plane that I was actually rolling out on the takeoff, hit a clump of grass, turned in on me, went across the flying circle on the ground, and it finally got in the air. I had no control. I mean, I'm holding the handle and the lines are on the ground. And it finally got to the end of the lines, and bam, and turned around in an awkward way, came back again toward me. The lines are still slack. Our lines are slack again on the ground. No control, just happened back and forth, and destroyed the plane. It broke the fuselage in several pieces. So that can happen. Like, and that was like, I wasn't even flying the plane. I mean, once I pulled the stooge line, that was it. I just had about 10 feet of roll out, and then that was it. Never had control of the plane. And I had another plane that I inadvertently put the stooge over the lines, over my fly. I was flying with the group of guys I normally fly with, and they all left, and I was still ready to fly. So I continued to fly. So I set up my stooge after the fact, but I laid the stooge lines over my flying lines, unbeknownst to me. And my stooge is down with 4 stakes, a paver. It's not going anywhere. And the line I had, the stooge line, was spider wire, I think. And it just shredded the 015 lines and broke that plane. So again, I never had control of the plane. Never really didn't have control of it. So Hey, Gary, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Long time no talk to.
I know.
Hope you're not tired talking to me. I was tired earlier. You can handle me now. You can still handle
Yeah.
me talking to you. Okay, cool. And I gave you a little bit of an earful, just a little bit, right?
Right.
Just not too much.
A lot of fun there.
I love the show because I do speak to some of the people off the air, and we had some nice conversations. So it's been fun, and I've had I've gained so much information from all these people. It's amazing. So what's going on? Is there a big football game going on or something? I wonder why we don't. Maybe Sparky's having another show that's just everyone's going to what he's showing, right? I'm just kidding. I don't think he has anything else going on. But tomorrow is going to be a good day. I spoke to Sparky, and I was on the phone with Gary when Sparky called, and he's going to have Dan Winship over tomorrow, and they're going to, I believe they're going to do some prop molds. So that should be phenomenal. It really should be. So looking forward to that. I made a little bit of progress on my SV11 this week. I'm actually making a little bit of access hatch under the front of the plane so I can access the, I'm going to use a KR timer, and that'll give me an easy access to that if I need to program that. I still haven't finished that access yet. I just pretty much cut the hole. Now I got to make an attachment. I'm not sure if I'm going to attach it with magnetics or if I'm going to attach it with screws.
Get your wing fixed, or you got a new wing coming, or?
Yeah, no new wing coming, unfortunately. I was actually emailed my dealer, and he was in contact with Nikki, I guess, or someone. And he said that they don't have any more to sell, no wings. I'm assuming she doesn't want to break apart a kit, is what I'm thinking. Now, someone's coming in with the name Stunt. I wonder who this is. But I like the name Stunt. I have a friend named Joe Thompson, and his AMA number is Stunt. You can personalize your AMA.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is Stunt. You would think that would have been gone a long time ago, right? I don't know how long ago he got it, but that's his AMA number is Stunt. Stunt, I don't see who you are and who you are. Now I think you're going to show up. Oh.
You're cleaning the lens
I recognize Dan's voice. And I recognize Sparky's shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing, Dan?
Hey, I'm good. You told me to get over here and start sanding on this thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
As much as he likes sanding, I'm surprised he wanted you to sand on that thing.
Yeah.
Sparky.
Hi, Sparky.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I came over to Dayton today, met up with John at the hobby shop, bought some stuff, and then got a room down here by the Wright-Patterson Museum, and then we're going to do Saturday at John's. So we're going to work on a prop, I guess, tomorrow. Work on a prop mold, yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely been looking forward to watching that.
So I guess Sparky's going to work on this thing, and John's going to mess with a fuel tank or something. He's got some molds working on.
I know John was talking about making a fuel tank out of fiberglass. Is that what you guys are talking about?
Yeah. So there should be a lot going on.
Yeah, we're gonna do a canopy. It's gonna be a long day tomorrow.
Yeah, canopy,
Prop.
some primer, a prop, John's tank, fiddling with it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, this is the big old honking 4-blader.
Wow.
Sparky's been sanding on it. looks like it's pretty good. So the idea is to make a mold off of this thing, lay up a carbon prop, and then fly it and see how it works, and then take that one and just keep modifying it till it is exactly what he wants. And then go from that prop, make another mold. Sparky's gonna drop probably hundreds of dollars on mold making, mold making resin to get one prop.
Well, isn't his plan to make some other props to get his money back and sell
Yeah,
them?
I told him, I said, just throw some in your flight box if you get them where they're really working good, and maybe somebody else would want some.
Yeah, but they're not gonna want to pay what they're gonna be worth.
You know what? If it works really, really good, they'll pay it.
Now, what is that prop made out of that's in your hand, Dan?
I think it's
Wood.
I think it's maple. It's painted silver and it's clear coated, but underneath that it looks like it's maple. So
Beechwood. But
beechwood, maybe beechwood. It really doesn't matter if you're going to make a mold from it. So
So is
But
that
you're right.
a combination of two props being put together, or is that one prop, one piece of wood?
no, Sparky took a Forstner bit on John's drill press and he relieved half of the hub.
did it like a Lincoln log.
Yeah, so they came together.
Oh, okay.
It's not flyable, it's just a mock-up to make the mold. So,
It'd probably be liable on a low power engine.
oh yeah, yes, but I wouldn't put it on that big
No,
PA,
it'd throw a blade off.
yeah. So, how you been, Charles? You doing any flying out there?
I was up until recently, but there's a contest I'm going to, the Las Vegas Stunt Challenge,
Yeah,
out in this in November, and I don't have a plane sorted out yet, which has been typical of me lately. Not
He
really-
can fly my Thunderbolt. Joey Matheson's got it.
Is he going to be at the Las Vegas Stunt Challenge?
He lives there, I would imagine.
Wow. Why don't I don't know if everybody trusts me like you do, Sparky.
All you gotta do is close your eyes. Okay.
hey, Charles, you're probably freezing out there, aren't you? 70 degrees or something like that, isn't it?
Today I don't know what the temperature was, but yeah, a little chilly. It's probably in the upper 70s. I didn't make it outside, but my buddies were flying today. I just had too much life stuff to take care of
Yeah,
to go fly, and I have to sometimes make myself do things I don't want to do by depriving me things of what I want to do, like flying.
yeah. Hey, Charles, if you ever get around the Dayton area or anybody watching, you need to go through this Wright Pat Museum.
Yeah, I've heard about that museum. I think Sparky took a video, several days videos of that place, right, Sparky?
Oh, yeah, I did tours of it. They're on my channel
Oh, really?
somewhere.
Yeah, they have, I think it's every few months or every year they change stuff. And it's probably been 8 or 10 years since I've been in that place, and it's almost unrecognizable to me because they've got so much new stuff in there.
Oh,
It's really nice. They've added another Quonset hut or another hangar with more displays. And they got a,
Presidential plane.
yeah, space shuttle in there.
It's not real.
No, it's a mock-up, but I mean, still, it's neat.
oh, that is neat. Let me hit up on the chat box. Looks like Marcel Legrand's in the house. He says, "Evening, Charles and Stunt Boys." And then Tom Ramel says, 34 degrees Fahrenheit in Minnesota. Well, we know it's really cold there, Tom. And but I'll just keep my nice warm weather here.
Might be 34 in Minnesota, but the walleye pike are biting, I bet.
I got the air conditioner running here in Dayton.
Oh, good. Yeah, I like flying in the fall and winter and spring out here. Particularly the fall and the spring is our best weather because you don't have a lot of wind. In the summer, the sun brings a lot of wind.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful in summer. It's a little bit too windy. I mean, the wind's fine in the morning, but by 11 o'clock, the wind comes up in the summer. But in the spring and the fall, the wind doesn't only come up till like much later in the day, maybe 2 or 3. And then it calms down in the evening. Hey, Dennis, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, hey, I saw Sparky and Dan here. What a great opportunity to take some cheap shots here, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, hit 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yes.
That's it. You guys make it convenient. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So I was watching Sparky's video a little bit earlier on that correlated crop. I've seen people do that before, and you know, it's the darndest thing. It's like, you know, one of these days, you know, just do it.
That's some bad feedback, Dennis.
All right. Well, I usually get that whenever I open my mouth. I get some bad feedback, but whatever. Let's see. So you can't hear me very good, huh?
Yeah, it's like you got a bad echo and it cuts out on that mic, Dennis.
All right. How about now?
A little bit better.
That any better? Might have to join you on my phone or something like that. It's the only thing that works.
You probably got to get uncomfortable to find a good spot where it sounds really good. But you'd be uncomfortable, right, Dennis?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Gonna be all right.
Hey, Tom
All
Rammel.
right before.
And T-Bone is in here. So Tom Rammel says, when I was in the 8th grade, I won a trip to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Oh,
Okay.
wow. That must have been cool. Well, if I was an 8th grader going to something like that, boy, I would have been blown away. I'm surprised you didn't become
Black.
well, you did become a pilot. You do fly planes. That's right.
I don't know what here, hold it.
Now, T-Bone, he says, Dan got to get off the easy chair and get sanding. I want to meet him at the Nats next year. All the best, guys. Tom Luciano.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, and the Wright Patterson, Alan Goff has organized kind of an unofficial official thing, typically around mid-March or so. He just basically sends out a bunch of emails and says, "Hey, Saturday, we're going to the museum."
Okay.
And good turnout for that. Last couple of years, you know, with all the other nonsense going on, he didn't do it, but we'll do it again next spring. It's always fun, just midwinter kind of thing. Of course, Charles, you wouldn't understand that, but that midwinter stuff, you just want to get out and see the boys, if you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
Kick the tires on some really cool hardware. So, except they won't
Anybody-
let you kick the tires. But
Sure, a lot of these guys around here already know it, but if you get to Dayton Wright-Patterson, if you come out the front door of the museum, right across the street, there's a hobby shop called Radical RC.
Yeah.
And it's easy to miss because it's just a little building without much signage in front. And when you go in there, it's like the old school hobby shops. Stuff stacked everywhere. You got to dig for all kinds of treasures. But
kind of walk sideways to get through the aisles and duck every now and then. You know, it's really cool. It is a neat place.
so think about that. If you get the date and go in the Radical RC, and they got a lot of stuff.
This is 15.
I've ordered things from Radical RC through the internet.
Well, it's a garage that's full of crap.
But it's neat. A lot of stuff.
Hey, Tryon, thanks for coming in.
Hi.
I didn't say hello to Gary. I'm sorry.
Hello.
I got 5,000 too.
Oh,
Got 1,000.
Yeah, I was looking for, I guess he says, that I have Stunthangar site pulled up, but I don't see at the bench. How do I try to come on?
Got to log in to see at the bench. Got to be a member of Stunthangar to get at the bench.
Remember and logged in?
Yep. In order to become a member, you got to use your real first and last name. I always get guys, Joe Belcrank, T-Bone, it's just stupid shit.
Mike Rigel, you might as well go ahead and log in because Sparky's here. So if you log in correctly, he can maybe pull you up and let you in. So this would be a great time to register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying.
Or something like that. The Big Mama.
Yeah, I wanted to see that.
What's bigger in person?
Let's see. We got this zoomed. No, it ain't zoomed, I don't think.
So Mike Rigel says, okay, I'm a member, but I need a new password. I don't remember my old password.
Well, I need the username so I can change it for him. Let's see here. What's his username?
I'm waiting for him to respond.
I lost you. What the hell happened? Oh, you're over there now.
Have you guys on big screen? You guys are taking up the full screen.
Well, why did you do that?
See everybody can see the plane and see what you guys are doing.
You're the host. You have control. I don't.
Yep. All right.
I'm sanding.
Yeah, first time you sanded in a while.
First time this month.
He's off the easy chair, so we have a eyewitness account of that.
He just likes to mold shit, so that's why he's over here. But that's okay. I'm going to have a cool propeller. I'm going to have $1,000 propeller by the time I'm done.
Yeah, I got the decal bump out.
So Tryon, what you doing with that scale?
Bocce.
Keep sanding. I'll tell you why. You look at it real close. Don't worry about the decal.
Yeah, right there.
See?
There's all
Yeah.
kinds of shiny
I have one just like that, triple
on
beams.
the height, and that'll all show up in the front.
Yep.
And the meat needs to be smooth as a baby's butt. And put it in that, whatever.
So did anybody do any flying this week?
Not here. It's been pretty windy here. And then Indy. I think they had a ringmaster fly though. Last week, didn't they? I think our sport liners were out there flying ringmasters.
Well, I got a username for you, Sparky.
Yeah.
It's Michael Gillespie. It's GILLESPIE.
Okay, wait a minute now. Okay, look up members.
Hey, John, thanks for coming in. And Lynn, thank you for coming in, Lynn. I was
Hey,
watching.
guys.
I was watching an old Brodak video from the Walt Brunel channel.
Hey,
Okay.
spell that name again.
Okay, it's GILLESPIE.
Yeah, Michael was good, but he registered the November 19th of 19. Okay, made one post. Okay, that looks like his name. Ask him, is your email still gmail.com? Because it's going to send you a password.
I'm sure he heard you, so hopefully he'll respond. While we're waiting, Lynn, I was watching the Brodak. I think it was 2005.
Yeah.
Junkyard
I
Wars.
wouldn't be that old. Yeah, I wasn't on anything that old.
Maybe it was 2010 or 2011, but it's the
Okay.
Junkyard Wars.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in that one.
In front of the camera, and you guys are building your
Playing, yeah.
That was really cool.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Junkyard Wars is a blast. No doubt about it.
Okay, Miguel or Michael, I'm sending you a temporary password. After you get it going and change it to something that you'll know.
And he responded, yes, it is. I guess that's yes for the Gmail.
Yeah, well, check your Gmail now because you got a temp password that came in.
I bet the password he sends you is Thunderbolt.
No.
Tucker special.
So do you fly at all, Lynn, this week? You go out to the bean field?
It was pretty rainy here this week. We didn't get it. I got out one.
Look like that prop.
Yeah.
I got out and got a couple of flights. That's it. 2 flights.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that's better than none.
It is. Yeah, I didn't get any flights this week.
Oh yeah, 2 flights. So it was all right, but it was windy. The day I went out, it was really windy and
Color here. This is that
put up 2 flights.
camera. Phelps color.
Mr. Phelps.
Well,
What happened to the molds that Phelps had?
this is a copy of the Phelps. Right there.
Well, Wes and I were able to get out a couple of times this week. We got blown off the field one day, and then the next day we went out. It was absolutely perfect. So
Oh,
That's
good.
good.
You're a
Perfect.
big mama.
sacrificed a lot of electrons
I
that
don't like
day.
it, so.
But,
Here's
That
one
was
we
great.
can make. These were big sellers, super technical.
I've been working on my SV11. The parts that I needed finally came in from Brodak, so
Oh, good.
I got started. Yeah, I got held up though. Did you find out I got a pack of heavy duty not hinges, heavy duty push rod heads,
The ball links,
ball links, heavy duty ball links.
right?
And the little 440 bolt there, when I put it through that windy style belt crank,
Right.
there wasn't enough threads thrown out the other end to get it all, get it on there, where it got up into the nuts so well, the locking nut.
Right.
So I had to went over this morning and picked up one that was 1/8 of an inch longer, and
Okay.
that worked out perfectly. So be mindful of that if you
Okay, well, thanks for the heads up. Yeah. I
yeah.
appreciate it.
I also I bought that Stalker 66 from Tom Dixon.
Oh,
And
good.
I sent my 61 and 250 ones to have them. I suspect that I may need some new bearings, especially on the 61. That engine is over 20 years old,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
and the 51s are about 10 or 12 years old. So anyway, I'm planning on just checking them all out and making sure, and then putting them away right. Because when I got electrocuted, I couldn't put them away, and so then when we moved, they've been out in the box. Anyway,
Oh, yeah. Those are probably bad bearings.
yeah.
They'll be like brand new motors now. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to getting that 66 and trying it out. You
That'll
know,
be a good motor. My buddy Brad Lapointe bought one of those, and he hasn't run it on a plane yet, but on the block, it's outstanding.
what size props he running on it? 13, 14?
Yeah, 13 or 14.
That's a lot of prop for a 60. 66,
Well,
isn't it?
Well, I mean, I'm only using a 13 on my, or no, am I using, 13 on my 77. So,
Yeah, yeah. Well, looking forward to, now I can't find my Dremel and I need it pretty bad. So I'm looking for that.
keep
I gotta
digging.
I gotta clear enough material out around where the joiner is to join the wing together.
Yes.
For the belt crate to move. And it's kind of tough, got a light ply, but it's still it's a little too tough for working it with a knife, so
Yeah.
I've got a rounded Perma-Grit sander that I could use, I suppose.
So you do
By the
have a
way-
Dremel. You do have a Dremel buried somewhere.
Yeah,
Keep digging.
yeah. I did get something interesting in the mail. I found somebody that sells Perma-Grit sanding bars.
Really?
Okay. Wow.
11-inch bars. The one side is a coarse, the other side is a fine, and it's Perma-Grit. So you don't have to ever worry about changing the,
Yeah.
unless you try to sand not quite yet cured epoxy. Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Hey, Mark, thanks for coming in.
Hi, Mark.
Everybody.
Hey,
Hey,
you were
guys.
that too.
Yes. Yes, because I got hat head. So
I don't have head. I just have no hair.
I was in the helicopter for a little bit and sweated. So,
Oh, yeah.
Hey, John, using
Yeah.
using a Perma-Grit sanding block on uncured epoxy is like getting cheese on the kitchen sponge.
Quite true. Actually, it's not. I'm talking about fully cured epoxy.
Okay.
I wouldn't sand, but you think it's cured, so you
Oh, yeah.
sand in there.
Yeah.
You load up
Load it up. Oh, great. That's wrecked.
But the guy, I got it off a guy that was on eBay. He's from England.
All
And
right.
it got shipped out of England, and it was a little pricey, but you can't find sanding bars anywhere.
Wow. There's a
then to
lot of
find
things in this hobby you can't find anywhere now.
Yeah.
It's running dry everywhere on everything.
Most of it's sitting out in my garage somewhere.
Oh, okay. Well,
But I think I've got almost every box that has airplane stuff is now in the house. I got to go through them all,
all right.
and
Good stuff.
I'm gonna have to. It looks like I'm gonna have to buy me a new starter battery.
Yeah, they go bad.
Well, I can't find any of them. I can't find my flight box or anything that was in it.
Oh, wow. Huh.
That's symptomatic of not flying in a while. That's how it is.
Well, and moving,
Yeah, that too. Yes.
Yeah, you'll find it a couple of years from now.
when I don't need it,
In a
paid
box.
money out
in
and
the
bought
corner.
everything, replaced it.
And it'd be the last place you look and you'll find it.
I've heard that before. Yeah, you always find it in the last place you look.
Yes. Let me talk to Sparky. Sparky, I muted your mic because you guys were talking, but Mike Rigel says the password has not came yet. And T-Bone, he asks, is his nickname Dizzy, and does he play the trumpet? I think that's regarding Mike Rigel. And then Brent Williams says, hi, guys. Dan Winship, my replica of your foam wing lead out cutter drop jig works great. Thanks.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Brent, I had
Hey.
a guy,
Let me talk to Charles for a second.
go ahead.
Somehow, there we go. Says Michael Gillespie's password has been sent, and it was sent to micagrll@gmail.com. And if you'd like, I can just give him a temp password over the internet here, and he can change it right real quick, because nobody can, I can stop anybody from monkeying with his account.
Mike Miguel, go ahead and respond so Sparky knows what you want to do. Hey, Carl, thanks for coming in.
Cafe.
Denny, you just looking like the cat that swallowed the canoe.
A foam wing or a lost foam or whatever. It looks like something you
I
like.
think he's talking about your
Yeah.
haircut.
Yeah.
See the lines on it?
Mhm.
You could do a bubble can.
You like his haircut, John? Is that what you're saying?
Say what?
Cover.
Saying you like his haircut? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I think it's wonderful.
Where did you get this little racer?
Getting a little bit of a glare though.
Oh, that's his virtual background. He just has it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's an option. If you want to blur your background,
I couldn't handle that.
you can change
Yeah.
your background.
you notice the biplane isn't behind me.
What are these?
What happened?
Those are like
I
tile.
took it down and
Yeah, I understand, but
I
is
had the
this a half
61
A?
in it. And I took the engine off and I don't know where I put it. I set it down somewhere. I'll find it. It's in the house.
You'll find it. It's big
Flight
enough.
box.
You'll find it.
Yeah, it's
For your flight
probably,
box.
yeah. Right next to the flight box, yeah. And all the stuff, the other box that has all the stuff that goes in the flight box. I did find 8 gallons of FAI fuel
8 gallons.
Wow.
in
Wow.
in metal cans.
In metal cans. Wow.
Perfect.
And
Wasn't that something?
1 gallon of the pink stuff in a plastic jug. FAI also.
Very good.
Stalker fuel.
Stalker fuel, yeah.
You betcha.
That's right. Yeah, it even works on the OS Max. We have a gentleman that flies with us, Keith Miller. He uses FI fuel on his some of his engines. They work fine.
As long as you're not asking that, as long as you're not trying to fly it in 110-degree weather, yeah. You need to put some nitro in it, maybe anywhere from 2.5 to 5 to 7.5, depending on the temperature. But you still don't need caster. Some guys put in 2% caster. I don't know why. I don't think that's enough to save the engine if you got something, like they always say, put some caster in case you have a hot run or something. And I guess maybe, 2% isn't very doing much, but I worry about having to decoke the engine.
I agree with you. I agree.
Hey, Brendan, thanks for coming in.
Hey, how we doing, everybody?
Hey, we're doing good. Just having a good time.
Yeah, we were doing all right on our flying until this happened.
Whoops.
Oh,
That one. You know how that goes.
another one bites the dust.
Yes.
You know, the good thing, though, I've talked about it before, it's a foam wing plane. So, yeah, both wings blew off of it and whatnot, but the glue is just taking it right back together. And I don't know, probably about an hour worth of work on this thing is going to be ready to go again. So
Yeah.
this thing's been awesome for us. Ancient's learned his outside squares on it. He did his first clovers a couple weeks ago and has nailed those. And so we're doing really good.
Very good. Very good. That's awesome. Yeah, Carl, your mic is muted. I mean, it's not muted, but I don't hear you.
Nope.
Nope.
Nobody home.
Hey, Brandon, how tall are you?
Hey, you froze up.
What's that?
How tall are you?
I'm 6'8".
Oh, man.
Yeah, door frame.
Okay, thanks. That's we were just talking. I said you were a pretty good size.
Yeah, and I've told people before. My son, he's 11 and he's 6'1".
Wow.
Where did those genes come from?
I don't know. I mean, my mom was 5'10", my dad was 6'3", so they had some height, but I don't know. I mean, I tell people that I was born in Kentucky, and so in Kentucky it's all about basketball. So genetically they were trying to engineer for basketball. They just never gave me a vertical.
Alien abduction.
Very good. Hey, I have a message for you, John. Mike Rigel says, "Hi, John. Did I hear you say you lost your bike?"
Didn't lose it. It's somewhere here in the house. I just
Hiding.
I've had so much going on that I wind up setting something down, and then it takes me a while to find it. You've ever done that?
Oh yeah.
I don't think any of you guys ever done that. It's just us old guys.
I don't know. It's like when I'm in my garage, my wife will call me, and then I'll put something down to go see what she wants. I come back in the garage, and I spend 20 minutes trying to find what I just had my hand on.
It was the last place you looked, right?
That's right. Yes.
Okay, now you got me curious. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go see if I can find it.
I got
Even
tired
worse
of
is
always
when somebody
finding
asks
things
you.
in the last place I look. So now when I find something, I keep looking for it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That way it's somewhere in the middle place that I look, not the last.
You always could put it in the first
You
place.
gotta break, you gotta break the string sometime. Right?
Yes.
Well, what I hate is when somebody asks you if you've lost something, they say, "Well, where did you have it last?"
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
knew that.
Yeah. That's
I knew
always
that.
good.
I
Where
would.
did you have it last?
That wouldn't be lost. I know. It's like
I say it's never really lost. It's just temporarily unsure of its position.
Sure.
very good.
As long as you don't lose your sense of humor, it's all good.
Exactly. Lan, I missed you last Monday.
Okay.
I was gonna wish you happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, we had a good one. It was good.
Yeah.
We had a big meal, and after that, I think I passed out at some point, and so I never made it to the hangout.
You have too much.
A little too much turkey dinner going on
yeah.
that
That
night.
turkey
Yeah.
Sure. The famous
And I had-
turkey coma.
And I had worked that day too. I think I worked a full 8 hours at the grocery store too, so I was a wreck.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Well, I actually used Dennis. You're hanging the aircraft by the lead lines and the string and passing through the CG and stuff like that. It was just as a curiosity, It worked really well. And halfway through the process, I was thinking to myself, I said, what would I'm looking for a weight? What can I use for a weight? And I said, well, what would Lynn do?
What would Lynn do?
So I grabbed an Enya 35 and used it as the weight.
Oh,
that's exactly what I would do.
That's perfect. I love that.
Cut those babies up.
I was going to take a picture of it just for fun.
That would have been awesome. I'm terrible.
It was a good running one though. I had to.
Yeah. Really? That's a rarity. That's good. I'm glad you got one. Anybody who gets a good running Enya, I all the power to you. I never had very many. I've got 2 Enyas left. I've got a brand new Enya 29, and I have an Enya 09. That's all I have left. They're all the others are gone.
Yeah,
It's probably-
actually at Dave's here a couple weeks ago. He had a 45 that thing just ran like a top.
That's awesome.
I just, I think it's as many people say, and I don't have the experience to even speak on it, educated, but it's just all in the break-in. If you've got the patience and to get the break-in done, ever how many months that takes, but
Or years.
Yeah,
But I
good.
have a buddy here who has an Enya 45 and his run's good too. And I thought that was really special until he took the Enya 45 off his big old heavy tutor and then he put a Stalker 46 on. Oh, big difference.
Stunthangar 60.
Yeah, that would do it too.
All right, guys. Dan's going home, and I'm signing off. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Tune in tomorrow. It's Saturday at John's. You're going to see this prop being permanently encased inside of a brick of resin.
Wow.
We're gonna stick this thing in a block of resin, never to be seen from again.
Wow.
Very cool. Very cool.
Hopefully it doesn't happen like that.
Yeah, I hope the catastrophic lockup would not be good. All right, guys.
All right,
Talk to
come
you later.
in, you guys. See you guys later.
Yeah.
See ya.
Okay, see ya.
Well, Marcel, looks like Mike Miguel, you ran out of time. If you had Sparky here, you could have got you in today. Hopefully that password he sent you will show up. Anyways, we're gonna continue on. Yeah, so anyways, Lynn, I really enjoyed watching you on that Brodak video. Because you actually using in front of the camera quite a bit.
Okay.
You're talking about the Junkyard Wars and all that, and saw your flight.
Okay. Was that? I think that was the first year we did it. I think that was 2011. And the plane flew okay, except I realized after even watching the video what the problem was. I didn't put enough wingtip weight on that thing.
Oh, okay.
I could see that in the video and went, oh my God, I can't believe I never noticed it. But I was flying it, so I didn't pick up on it, I guess. And every time I try to do a stunt with it, it would just spin in.
Oh, yes, yeah.
But that's what was wrong with it. It didn't have enough wingtip weight, or it probably would have flown okay.
I was really impressed with your fuselage you made. The engine mounts, and then how you that the stab went on the back part. I thought that was neat. Now with the Junkyard Wars, do they sometimes already have a plan already, and then when they come in?
No, you make your own plan.
Okay.
You make your own plan. Like, you can draw a plan up before you get there, so you know what you want to build.
Okay.
But there's no plan. The plan is whatever you decide you want to do. That's the plan.
The plan is there's no plan.
That's right. In that first year, I know we just made the plan up as we were standing there. There was no plan. Here's the wood. What are we going to do? Okay, we're going to do this. That's it.
Yeah, it was great. I was there in 2016, but there's so much going on in Brodax. I know I did watch some of the build, but like maybe Dan Banjock was flying something, and there's just a lot going on. And then you have the scale guys, so much. It's so much fun there. I really had a blast.
Brodax is a never-ending thing when you're there. It's like you get so caught up in it that you can't see everything. You can't be a part of everything because there's too much going on. All from 8 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. There's stuff happening.
There's stuff happens. I didn't see any of the rat racing or any of the pesky or any of that stuff. Not to mention your own events that you do,
You mean Perky?
Yeah.
Perky, okay.
I didn't see any of that, and but it was fun. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Thanks for coming in.
Mike Wazowski?
That's him.
Mike Lonke.
Oh, there's Sam.
Hey, Sam, how you doing?
Doing good.
Hey, guy.
I thought you guys would be in where is it, Las Vegas this weekend?
No, this weekend is the combat contest in Las Vegas. I'm going to Vegas in 3 weekends to fly stunt.
Mm.
If they're flying combat today, they flew half A. Tomorrow they're flying speed limit.
Ah,
Sorry about the noise.
No worries.
so what's new, Mike? Sam?
We went flying today, this
Good.
morning. Yeah, flying the Tudor profile. That thing's
right.
got all kinds of issues, man. I think I got like flap deflection warps in it because it's real tip high on the insides and real tip low on the outsides. And
Needs a super tweak.
yeah, well, I tried to do it out there and I was scared I was going to break the damn flaps. So I stopped. I couldn't get them to bend much.
Yeah, just
So I'm
put a
gonna-
ward on it then.
I'm going to have to put my boards and my C-clamps on it so I
Yeah.
can really do
Yeah.
it, you know?
Or put a big ward on it, one or the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something. So not successful. I mean, I put like 6 flights on it trying to get the dang thing trimmed out. I finally got the motor run where I want it and got enough tip weight on it, I believe, and got the lead outs where I wanted, but it just looks real ugly on the insides and outsides because it's tipped up or tipped down. Especially in the square maneuvers, it's waffling real
Yeah,
bad.
see,
So.
you can't do any maneuvers with that or eventually you're gonna eat it.
Yeah, so since I don't have time really to mess with that before King Orange, I'm going to grab some other profile out of here. I'll probably take one of Sam's to fly profile with because I don't have.
You know what I do when I get into that issue? I take 3 inches of sheet metal, a piece about 3 inches wide and 2 inches the other direction, and I stick it on the wing with a piece of tape with a big 45-degree bend in it, and it usually gets it a lot closer.
Yeah, I can do that, but there's not. It would have to go on the flap because on the.
Yeah.
Just
That's what you do.
I've never seen. Okay, I've never seen a trim tab like that right on a flap. Usually it's on.
That's where I put all my trim tabs, on the flap.
Okay, the ones I've seen usually were, just outside the flap where there's enough meat there where you can get 2 inches on there. Okay, well, maybe I can do that. I just don't know if I'm going to have another chance to
test
fly it before I leave for King Orange on Thursday. So I don't know, maybe I'll do that and throw it in the car and take it down there and I'll have time to play with it a little bit, but I can always just grab one of other profiles,
Yeah, that's right.
And then Sam did some bi-slobbing today. He didn't want to do anything serious, so he's been wanting to drag his bi-slob out. So I got to beat on the Fox 35 today. Yay.
Yay. Yay.
It ran. I had just enough Fox fuel left. I've had a quarter of a gallon of Fox fuel left. And I mean, it wasn't that bad. It started. I mean, I wasn't killing to get it running, but it ran good. The motor ran really good. I will say that. I think that's one I got from Paul Taylor.
Hey, you got to get that.
It was the motor that was on the bi-slob I gave to you, Len.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it was that Fox. So,
you got to get that guy with the young arms flipping props soon.
I know. He's still afraid of them, He's still afraid. I need to get some old 49s out and just let him get his fingers banged up on those.
Yeah, get a good size, a good heavy glove. He'll be fine. It won't hurt him.
I think so. So that was it. Yeah, a little flying. It was kind of windy, but wasn't raining, so that was nice.
That's all good.
But nothing serious, just kind of screwing around. I took my SV, but I didn't fly it. It looked like the winds were getting really high, so it would have been pointless. If I'd have flown it when I first got there, it would have been okay. But as the day went on, it got windier and windier, so I just bailed on it.
Yeah, good plan. It's a good idea.
So what? Go ahead, Len.
No, I say I do the same thing. I take the good plane, I take the crappy plane and take it from there. When I get there, if it's good, I try to fly the good one. And if it's not, well, then I just fly the junkers.
Yeah, good. Brendan, did you say that the guiles got tore up? What happened?
Yeah, I'm holding it in place right now as I'm trying to glue it up. But
Did he crash it or did it just fold up on you when you were flying it?
no, we crashed it. So what happened is, I don't know if you caught it, but Angstrom's, he's got into clovers now and successfully done those. So he knows all the pattern pieces.
Okay.
And he got he was inverted in the middle of the flight, and he said something like, he's like, "Oh, I'm really going to get this thing level, inverted." And I had just been thinking it, his inverted, he keeps it probably about 10 feet up. We're not really trying to keep it super level because obviously, as most people do, his inverted level isn't as good as his regular level. But yeah, I was thinking, okay, we need to start training toward more level on inverted. Well, he was inverted and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to get this really, really good." And I said, "Well, just focus on that if you're going to do that." And he's like, "Yeah, when I focus, I tend to crash." And then literally 3 seconds later, he was mixed up and put it right in the ground. He gave it up. So yeah, it took off both wings, both of the front wings, and broke the nose off. But I don't know. The foam planes, it repairs well, so I think it's going to be saved. But I don't know if you saw my text, but I'll open it up to everybody. Has anybody heard from Phil Cartier? And
I did, Brandon. I'm sorry that I did not reply to that. I did see it, and it kind of just got lost in the shuffle there.
That's fine. I don't know if I was trying to get a hold of him, hoping that maybe he could make it or had a couple of Giles kits that maybe I could buy off of him. Because, building the stick-built planes, while we need to get to that point, I think Angstrom's really interested in building, but he wants kind of the quicker process to things. So having these foam wing planes and stuff, I think, and the bigger one, the Giles has been good to us. Something similar, if people can recommend something else, or if Cartier's still making these types of things, I can get more of it.
I have one Giles kit that I picked up last year somewhere, but I'm hanging on to that. But the Giles, the Rugged Stunt Trainer, the Streak 2000, all of those are kind of in that wheelhouse. The Streak 2000 is actually a big airplane. It's 550 squares with the tips on it, and it's a 46 size airplane. But actually, Glenn, you have that airplane. We gave that to you and Naomi, that big silver looking thing.
Yeah, I've got the wings still for that. I don't have anything else, and it's in two pieces. I have the wings still.
But that was a good one from Phil.
Yeah, that was a good airplane. It was fun.
And the other option, Brendan, is just to order a box of cores and make your own fuselages.
That's a good option.
It's easy to bang out any kind of profile fuselage you want. You could copy an RST. I mean, I've got 8 sets of cores in there, Rugged Stunt Trainer cores, just cores, 8 wings, because they also work well for speed limit combat planes as well. And then, Phil makes all different sizes. You can get Streak 2000 cores. You could probably get Giles cores, but it's a matter of getting a hold of him and seeing if he's cutting. Now, I know Mike Stinson was just there about 6 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago. He went to Phil's house in Pennsylvania and cut a bunch of combat cores because Mike wanted something very specific. So he spent a couple of days cutting with Phil. Okay. So he's out there and he's still doing it.
Yeah, that was my main concern, is that I sent him an email, as I previously have done with him, and it's been about a week and I didn't get a response. So, I just didn't know how he's doing, and you never know health-wise with folks, kind of how things are from time to time. So, but yeah, I don't know. Any other recommendation beyond a Giles wing? Like, we have the Rugged Stunt Trainers, but those are smaller to the Giles. Once we got this and slapped a bigger motor on it and whatnot, it's been really good to us. So again, I'm looking for foam wing ideas. I'll talk to Cartier about more Giles, but anybody else got a kind of a big foam winged idea? Get wise?
No, you could take and have Cartier cut you a Pathfinder wing about 75 to 80% size, you know, and you could run that on a 30 to 40 engine easily.
Okay.
Put it
It's all
in any.
electric. Brendan's all electric.
Okay,
John.
well, whatever, you know, put it in equivalent to a 30 or 40 size in electric. Yeah, probably 28, 28, 20, 28, 28, 18, I think, 14, somewhere there. Anyway, and you could use the Pathfinder fuselage if you wanted, just make it smaller as well. It would be a very good flying airplane. I actually designed that and sent it. The guys in Brazil wanted a smaller one for the Enya 30, and they've done quite a bit with that particular airplane down in Brazil. In fact, we call it the Brazilian Pathfinder. Let's see, how many times did I mention Pathfinder there, Denny?
Yeah, I know. It's like $5, right? Brendan, your other option, I mean, if you want foam wing kits, and this may not be the way you're looking, but Tom Dixon has a whole line of foam wing.
Oh, he'll cut you any foam wing.
But,
Yeah.
you know, he's got sheeted foam wing kits, you know, of the Vector 40 profile, the Tudor 2, I think he does. He does something similar to a Pattern Master. He has lots, something called a Tornado. But they're good kits, you know, they go together fast, but they're a little spendy. They're like $175 a piece.
Yeah.
And I think right now he's doing free shipping on them because he did not get to attend the Nats. So he had a bunch of stuff ready to take to the
left over. Yeah.
Or no, it wasn't the Nats, it was something else.
It was his contest. He wasn't
His
able to
contest,
put on.
yeah. Tom was at the Nats. He was at the Nats. But yeah, it was his contest in Georgia. So since he didn't get a chance to sell any there, he's offering free shipping on his kits right now. But they're, you know, they go together well and they come out pretty light and they fly good. But it's sheeted foam wings, but they're already sheeted. You know, you don't have to do the work. You just gotta put the bell crank in them and glue the wings together, and then everything else is, you know, just like
straight build.
Yeah.
I'd send you that wing I've got that I got from Mike. The only problem is it costs us so much to ship anything. It's just ridiculous.
Bring it to Brodax. You can give it to him.
I'll give it to him then for sure. I'll gladly bring it.
We will be there for sure. I mean, last go around at Brodax, I mean, it's the year we really got into it. And we were all talking about Brodax earlier and whatnot, but my kids, like, it was the first thing they thought of when they woke up in the morning. We're going out there, and we would literally spend the whole day out there. You know, it didn't even matter, like, if there was anything really even going on. They just wanted to be there all week.
Right.
I mean,
wow.
At the time, they were, 7 and 9? So it was just crazy. They got the fever there that week.
Yep. That's what happens to everybody who goes to Brodax.
Yeah, I'm just so thankful it's going to be around, you know, again this year, because I don't know. It's just, it is magical. It was magical for me and my family the year we really got into it. So I'm just glad it's coming back again.
It's looking like they're going to let us across the border.
No.
November 8th.
Yeah, November the 8th.
November 8th.
My goodness. You
It's
better hide.
not in time for the Las Vegas contest.
No. I'm afraid not. Well, I mean, yeah, it's a little late for that for me.
Well, it's going to be a shootout.
I'll bet. Speak up, Charles. Speak up, Charles. I want to hear what you got to say.
I'm agreeing. It's going to be a shootout, definitely.
Yeah, we'll probably all get smoked by one of the West Coast guys. One of the West Coast advanced guys will come in there and smoke us all. So
Yeah,
I'm not laying odds or making any bets on anything, man.
I pretty much expect that.
Go and have a good time, you know.
In fact, I'm expecting to get smoked by y'all.
Y'all. There you go, y'all.
I had to throw that in there just in case anybody was listening from Louisiana.
Hey, up here in Pennsylvania, it's yens.
Ewans.
Well, Ewans is another form of it, but it's yens. It's all about being yens. And I grew up in Kentucky where it was y'all, and I get stuck now between what am I going to say, y'all or yens. I literally pause trying to figure out what I'm going to say in those moments. But
There you go.
You know, here in Utah, I grew up thinking the proper conjugation of the verb to bring was bring, brang, and brung.
it worked. We know what you're talking about.
Yeah. We bring that airplane to the contest.
Oh, he's got the biplane back. He found it.
I did. You know where it was?
Where?
In my shop. You want to hide something from old geezers like me? Put it up high. It was on top of a shelving unit, sitting up there. And, you know.
Really? Okay. I'm
Yeah.
surprised. You're pretty tall.
Well, I'm not as tall as Mr. What is it? Ebrez.
Ebrins.
Ebron. Yep.
Not nearly as tall. I'd love to be as tall as Ebrins. I'd love to have been tall as this kid when I was 11. Criminally, I took a late growth spurt. I didn't get any height until I was in my senior year of high school.
I'd like to be as tall as this kid at 60. Forget it about at 11.
Yeah.
Well, if I was as tall as Brendan, it wouldn't be fair with everything else I have going for me.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, it's getting scary here. I mean, you know, he's outshot his grandparents and his mother and all this stuff. But I literally the other day had to go into the backyard and put on some shoes at the back door. And I was out in the yard before I realized, hold on, these are his shoes. And so I wear 14s and he wears 14s too. So who knows where his feet are going to go after this? I mean, he could very well be like an 18 in the end.
You're gonna be wearing like Shaq O'Neal shoes.
I'll tell you.
That's wild.
I'll tell you, these here, they're 15.
15.
And I'm only 6'1".
Yeah, you got me beat.
I've been told.
You guys should start. Go ahead, John.
I've been told I've been a whole lot taller if they hadn't turned so much under for balance.
If you guys start flying combat, man, everybody's gonna hate you, man.
Charles got the airplane out.
But Mike saved us here. Talking about airplanes again. That's
Yeah,
great.
well, I knew what to do, Charles. I'm just saying, I can't imagine being in a circle with you, Brendan, and trying to fly a match, man. Oh my gosh, it'd be like
hands beyond your reach.
that, and you can just dominate. Well, you don't even have to make it look like you're shoving people around. You just step a little bit, and you'll be knocking people all over the place.
When you get into a circle, somebody like that, don't you start
A real
elbows a little bit, stuff like that. You know, kind of nudging them around.
Yeah, you just hold your elbows out, you know.
Yeah.
Hold your hand in close here, like this. And then when somebody gets on your tail, goes make a pass, you go like that.
Right, yeah. Yeah, try to catch me now.
Yeah.
This reminds me of me trying to fly combat against Ivan McKenzie. It doesn't work. Mike knows who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
At one of the world championships.
And tell about my experiences flying the other day. I finally got around. I put Power Pro Spectre on my 73-ounce SB11.
How'd that work?
Well, here's a summary. You see these?
Yeah.
Empty. Up to a few days ago, these had steel lines on them. All right. The steel lines are now in the trash.
Wow. You're mean.
Spectre. All right.
Must
So-
have went well.
So do you, I take it you must have liked it.
Yeah. I think my pattern, I think I got 15 points in my pattern. It really surprised me about it. I was worried about, things like stretching and stuff like that, especially that size airplane. 73 ounces is heavier than what I normally fly and everything like that. And I had it flying pretty fast to one setting, and changed props and stuff, and snuck up on the RPM. I was flying it at a, at a 5.1 second lap time with 73 ounces. That's a pretty good load. No sense of any stretching or anything like that, but it was the most uncanny thing is how slippery and smooth the lines are. And I could find myself, my ground maneuvers all got substantially better because I could fly them a lot smoother. I could fly them right where I wanted them. And I was consciously going really deep into the back corners of the squares and stuff like that, knowing that I could come through smooth and clean and everything like that. And it was, the reason I think I was able to find it is that I flew a flight with the steel and I switched over to the Spectre, and it was back to back. The first flight with the Spectre, I thought, gee, this feels really good. But I really didn't notice until the second or third time flight that I took, I could really pin down why it was feeling so good.
Wow.
It was so slippery. So, Len, I think you had said you had tried the Spectre, but not on your big stuff. Right?
I'm dying to try it on a big plane now.
And Dennis, didn't you take out a half ounce of tip weight too?
3/4 of an ounce.
3/4 of an ounce of tip weight. So,
Wow.
everybody says lighter airplanes better. So who doesn't want to lose some weight,
That's right.
And this was a piped stunt ship, right?
Well, it's got a round motor in it. Kind of, I wouldn't call it a pipe though.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a PA piped.
No.
No, he's got electric.
Never had a PA. No, it's an electric SV11.
Oh, it's electric. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. But it's still, it's 72 ounces. It's,
73 ounces in trim.
Yeah.
And put it in perspective, I'm one of those guys that, I use the adjustable tip weight box, but I always know that I'm going to put in a certain amount of weight and then
Yeah, for sure. To start with. Yeah.
running out of tip weight. So I usually weigh it down. Like if I think I'm going to need an ounce, I'll put a half or 3/4 ounce in and build it in. And then just use the tip weight box to adjust it, right?
Yeah.
Well, I had a big slug of lead that I had added to this thing, put some BBs in there and epoxied them and everything like that. And I took out all the tip weight I could, and then I took a half ounce slug of lead and sticky taped it to the inboard wingtip. All right.
Wow.
And it made like 3/4 of an ounce change. So I came home, I literally cut off the wingtip, got out all of the preset weight.
Yeah. Wow.
And then added tip weight back in to get it where I left it. I've taken 3/4 of an ounce so far, but I might end up taking a little bit more. I don't know.
That's incredible.
Sparky was talking about spent $100 on a carbon fiber fuel tank to save half an ounce or something like that. Well, you can save 3/4 of an ounce and do it by saving money, and it's fine.
So what lines were you using?
I used traditional Power Pro 100-pound test.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And the reason I used the traditional is, like I said, going in, I was worried about stretch, and there had been data published. Phil Cartier and Tom Hampshire did some testing early on, and they had published the results in Stunthangar. And they said that the stretch on the Power Pro, traditional Power Pro, was the same. I think actually slightly less than the 018 steel. All right, so I didn't want to go in and try it with something undersized or something like that and regret it. All right.
Right.
I what they did. And
Okay.
stretch standpoint, it worked extremely well. There is no stretch issue. The thing I want to do now is coming and going back and forth. Mike talked about the Max Quattro stuff. The stuff is smaller and everything like that. I'm looking at either going to do that or I've got some 80-pound chest traditional Power Pro. I think
Okay.
probably a pretty safe bet. Well, Mike said he was going to start with, I think Mike, you were going to start with 100-pound chest and then work your way down on the Max Quattro.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, that's the other way to look at it. So the line was sized, you know, for the one reason they chose that size of line for combat is that it was nominally the same dimension as 018 cable. They didn't want the Spectre guys to have the speed advantage over the guys flying steel lines. So that's why the 100-pound test line, which is actually stronger than the test rating on the 018 cable. So it actually ends up being, you know, a little more conservative, a little more margin there, but it's also, you know, the size. But there's opportunity to pull it down. In my case, I will notice a little less battery usage if I can get away with smaller line. And you guys are gas guys, gas, you just added a nitro. All right.
Yeah.
You know, because
That's
you
cool.
a little less drag. So, but yeah, I'm really impressed with the way it flew, and I am. I'm planning on getting a bunch. So I got some 65-pound here, and actually 65-pound. Again, that was nominally the same size as the 15 cable.
Yeah.
It's probably oversized for, you know, if you will, classic size airplanes and stuff like that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I've got some 40-pound tests. It's like 011 or something like that.
That'll be plenty for classic.
I know 12,
35 size.
It'll be easy. You know, it should be a real easy thing to put the 011 and put 40-pound test in place of the 012 steel. I don't know what the line
The 15 steel, yeah.
but it isn't that high, right? And my plan is flying my Barnstormer on the 012 58 lines, at least 28 ounces. So the 20-pound or 10G bolt test line is going to be less than 20 pounds. And so 40-pound line on that really ought to be pretty safe. So
for sure.
I'm going to try that. I'm going to just keep trying it on different air. I'm going to try the 40-pound line in a bunch of mid-size airplanes and see what it tells me. See if there's any reason for anything else, any bigger or anything. But I think conservatively, I think you could probably use the 50-pound line easily on the mid-size airplanes, maybe the 40. And then down, you know, the smaller you get, the Spectre advantage, you know, compared to say 008 steel on a half A or something like that, the Spectre just becomes prohibitive. You know, from a strength and handling standpoint, it becomes much better. So, but yeah, being able to use it on the airplane was a real eye opener for me, and I anticipate. I've got a bunch of the traditional Power Pro, and I'm going to try some either smaller sizes and or Max Quattro type, and that should that'll tell me what else I can do. Right now, my biggest fear is that I have boxes and boxes of mine. I trial combination.
Well, I hate to ask a stupid question, but I know how to tie the double knot if I'm doing leader to leader. But I'd be darned if I can figure out how to do it where it's two ends and a finished end like we need for the end of our lines. Can somebody, and I hate that I'm asking this, can somebody show us how to tie that knot again?
Not me.
And I said,
maybe I could tonight. I haven't had any beers tonight, so
that's what I was going to say. You haven't had anything to drink.
No beers tonight. Tonight was family.
I looked it up on the internet, and all I can find on the internet, on any of the fishing sites or anything, they'll show you how to tie a leader, which is what you use that for. But you just put the two together and tie it, and then it comes out. You know, it's like a leader. But to tie a double end where you're going to have just a fixed end here and just have one tag coming back, it's not there. I couldn't find it.
Mike
So I need
Stinson's
somebody-
video is on YouTube, Phil.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just look at that on YouTube. That's it.
Okay, I'll try it on YouTube then, because I
Just
went and got the
type
100.
in
I
the
went and got
search
the-
bar. Type in the search bar, how to tie Spectre line for control line flying.
That's
It'll
it.
come
Okay.
right up.
It'll,
That's
it'll
the
show you
title of the
exactly how to
video.
do it.
And Mike Stinson has a very informative video that tells you how to tie the modified surgeon's knot, and you end up with a double looped
Yeah,
termination. And how to mark them and get your lines the same length.
yeah,
Every-
exactly. That's the way I went.
It doesn't matter how big your loop is.
Nope.
You could have a 1/4-inch loop on one, a 1/2-inch loop on the other, and on the other side, you could have a 2-inch loop. It doesn't matter. As long as your mark is at the end of the loop, your lines are going to be the same.
Yeah.
Just you got to work on getting the loop
'Cause-
size equal. If that bothers you,
Yeah.
you know.
Because the knot's
Yeah.
the same size. It doesn't matter where it is.
Exactly.
Just how to tie Spectre line for control line flying. Okay.
Yep.
I will type that in after a while there in the morning. I got the
How much
line. It
is
finally
that?
came today. It wasn't supposed to be here till Tuesday, but it came today. So I'm gonna make some up and try to fly it in the morning. So I'll have to look it up tonight. Oh well, it's gonna be late.
It's really easy to do. Like basically you just tie a knot, then come back through under the bottom and it's done.
Yeah, that's what I figure. It's easy. That's the stuff that baffles me. It's the hard stuff I can get pretty quick. It's the simple stuff that totally baffles me.
I mean, I can try to show you on here. I just don't know whether it would be very good.
I can do
Bill.
it, but I got to practice it once.
I have a
Bill.
question. How much is a spool of this wire or string cost?
Just a minute, and I'll tell you.
I
I got the receipt. I got the receipt right here because it just came today. And you get all kinds of stuff showing their other marvelous stuff they make, you know, all kinds of stickers and all kinds of neat stuff to tell you how much it is. All right, I bought a 150-yard spool, and total it was $36.45. So it ain't cheap, but it ain't bad either.
If you get more like 500 spool, I think it's gonna be much cheaper.
It is, but they just didn't have it. I had to get what they had.
Okay.
And it comes. I've got mine from Discount Tackle. That's rich considering.
That's very
Discount
discounted by the sound of it.
Yeah, it's expensive, but it if it does what I'm understanding that it will do, it'll be well worth it because set of these lines. I got a buddy that is in Tennessee. I'm not sure what part of Tennessee, but he lives over in Tennessee, and he swears that he's had some of this laying out. He's got his own. He's like some of our West Coast fellas who have their own flying circles, you know, out in his backyard. He has a helipad in his backyard, and he says that he has a set of these lines that has set out in the grass or on the fence, actually hanging down the fence for 2 years. And he went and pull tested them. I think it was yesterday. I asked him to pull test them, and he pulled 80 pounds on them, and they stayed together.
Wow.
And he flies his Strega on them, and he says he also flies his 35 stuff on them, 100-pound line. But they measure 13.5, which is smaller than the dadgum stuff we fly 35s on, 015s. So, I mean, even if you fly solids, you fly an 014. This is smaller than that.
Wow.
And it is round. It doesn't, the old stuff we had, the original spider wire was flat wound. It was wound about like a swizzle stick or something. It was, well, you can't see that, or I can't see it anyway. But it's bigger one way than it was the other. And when it go through the air, you'd think it'd go through like that, but it actually was set twist the whole time it was going, and the balls looked about that big. It was just a cotton picking mess going through the air. This stuff, he says it goes through as clean as your 015. So I have not tried it myself. I will this week. I will probably do it tomorrow. I'm not going to fly myself, but I'll take it out there and let somebody else fly my plane with it. Let Tommy fly my plane with it just to see how it works. Because I'm still not able to fly, but I will. I'm getting better. I hope in the next few weeks to be able to get back out there and fly. But tomorrow I'm gonna let Tom fly my plane and see did I get it back together straight and will this stuff work? So we'll find out.
All right, Phil. Let me focus on either Mike Lonke or Lynn Burrell. Who wants
to show me how to do this?
Let Mike do it. Let Mike do it. He's done more than I
I'm gonna
have.
make you big, Mike. Hang on
Phil.
1 second.
Phil,
Yes, sir.
if
Yes,
a Canadian can do it, you can do it, man.
Yeah.
I'll
show you. I'll show you the original.
I didn't say it, Lynn. I didn't
All
have
right,
anything
he's
to do
gonna
with it.
do it with a real rope. All right.
Yeah, the original just single loop termination. So
Uh-huh.
you would just get your loop about yay long. Just tie like you're doing a regular,
Overhand
Regular
knot,
knot.
take it through again.
but then
Yeah.
you take it through the back side
Uh-huh.
and pull it forward. That is a modified surgeon's knot.
All right. How
course,
do you do your lines as a double though, don't you?
Yes, I was just showing, that's the knot
Okay.
though. That's the modified
okay.
surgeon knot. So to get a
Okay.
double loop, you're gonna have twice as much material there.
But
So
how do
you
you
gotta
get them the same length every time?
You mark your line. So,
Oh, just show me where, Mike. I'll get it.
okay, so you would mark, you got to use a lot more material because you're doing a double
Yeah,
loop.
exactly.
Yeah.
So let's just say that this is where I want the end of my loop to be.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna mark this line right there. That's
Okay.
where I want my loop to be.
Okay.
You're gonna fold this back on itself, but my mark is here, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Because you have to,
There you
gotta
go.
double it back at your mark. Because now
Okay.
that becomes the end of your termination. Now your line is at your line length, wherever you want it. But then it's
Yeah.
the same knot, okay? You bring this around. Bring
And
this
bring it
back
around
through.
again.
No,
Oh, it goes through the
I didn't
front
do
of
that
one and the
right.
back
Mike, I
of the
think
other.
you got it
Okay.
wrong.
yeah, I got it wrong, man. I didn't do the double the right way. Okay, I'm sorry. Bring it around. You got to double your line. There you go. I'm sorry.
There you go. Now do it.
Double line. So now, again, this is harder with a rope because it's pretty fat, but it's the same knot. You bring it around and bring it through,
And then under and through
and
again.
then under and bring it through. And I didn't leave myself enough material here because this is a big fat.
I get the idea. It goes through one way and then goes through the other side. Okay.
Goes through one way and goes through the other side. And of course,
Okay.
with the Spectre, it's a lot easier, but then there's your loop. I can do this
Okay.
again.
Thank you, Mike.
with
I appreciate
the,
that.
A little more material would definitely
Even I can see that. Okay.
make it easier.
I'll make some up tomorrow and then I got to pull test, measure them and pull
There.
test them, see
I
how much
got
they
it.
stretch.
Now I got a
You
big
got it.
hunk. Now I got a big hunk. Down around
Down.
and then down around both loops, back through
And pull.
and pull. And then you can kind of work. Obviously, this stuff is fat, so it's harder to do than the Spectra. But now
Yeah.
you got a modified surgeon's loop
With a double loop.
with a double loop
Okay.
on the end, and these are all your tag ends, and you just get rid of these
Cut them
Thank
off.
you, sir. I appreciate that.
and moisten the knot with
Oh
spit.
yeah.
Put it in your mouth.
I'm an
and
old
moisten
I'm an
the
old
knot.
fisherman, I know.
Yeah, now I got to try to remember.
I remember when this stuff first came out, they told us to always carry CA glue with us and glue it. Don't do that because the CA
No.
glue crystallizes and will make
No, you don't want to
Crystal-
do that.
crystal will cut line, even that stuff.
Mhm. Okay, and you asked about the mark again. I got it figured
Yeah.
out now. So now I got my mark. That's where I want the end of my loop to be. So that's the point at which you double
Yeah.
your line back. Now
Okay.
my line is doubled, and that will be as I come around this way and then come around back through the other way and pull everything nice and tight.
There's the end of the line.
Now
Okay.
my mark
Sounds
is
good.
for the loop. Yeah.
Sounds good.
You
Thank you.
got to
Mike.
do it a couple times, man, and it's not easy doing it looking at a screen backwards.
Well, I use a piece of cheap string a few times and get it before I go
Practice
using this
it a
stuff.
couple of times. But the key is if you got that mark in the right spot, that's where the end of your loop's going to be. So,
Sounds good to me.
yeah, it doesn't matter if your loop is this big or if your loop is this big, because your mark is at the end of the loop. So your lines are going to be.
I'm going to try to make it small as I can, but we'll
I
see
can
what
tie
happens.
them usually within an eighth. I can usually get them within an eighth.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Hey, since we're talking about Spectre lines, just to clarify, am I correct that starting next year, pretty much any event we go to, we will be authorized and able to fly Spectre lines? Is that true?
Yep.
Or?
That's what they're saying.
Okay,
Keep in
so
mind, though, you also got to do that weird
Demonstration,
entry
appreciate it.
into the clover leaf.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I can leave my steel lines at home, and then I'm just, if I bring Spectre, I'm going to be able to fly.
Hey, Rich, thanks for coming in.
Hey, yeah.
And Howard, thanks for coming in, Howard. And I saw Phil Bailey. Thank you for coming in, Phil.
Yeah, man.
That's what we're talking.
Just, Steve told me to come in because you guys are talking about Spectre lines, and I've been flying them for 6 years. That's all I use.
Wow.
Rich. Hey, Rich.
Hey, wait a minute.
All right. Let me ask another dumb question then. Is it true we just have to have the line 10 times the strength of what our plane weighs?
Yeah.
10G pull test. Any termination, any material, no construction requirement, no termination requirement. You can make them out of whatever you want and terminate them however you want, as long as it passes a 10G pull test.
Yeah, that's
right.
Well, this Spectre line looks like it's going to be the tickets. I'm going to try that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because the polymer knot is what you need. Tie it right, the line right directly to the clip. You don't need
Right.
glue. Yep. And there's two kinds of Power Pro.
Yeah. What size?
The Max Curo is 20% smaller diameter than the normal Power Pro.
Yeah, that's what this
65
is.
pound test is only about 12 thousandths diameter.
How many pound test?
60 pound. 60 or 65 is all you need.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Flying a 60 pound.
Pardon?
How big is the airplane? How heavy is the airplane flying a 60 pound?
I find the
Gladiator?
I fly the Gladiator on it. I flew Power Pro at Brodak one year. I
Yeah.
flew the Gladiator.
What's the Gladiator weigh about? What I'm trying to figure out is
66. 66. Yep.
okay. Yeah, the reason I asked, I was wondering have you ever had any trouble with, have you ever noticed the line stretching, a spongy feel or anything like that if you go too small or anything like that?
No.
I don't know, Mike. That's sounds like the 80-pound line might be conservative.
I talked to John Paris. He's going to give you a call, Denny, because I made him 2 sets, and he's been using them in the backyard. And he says, now I know what it feels like to fly an airplane with way too much tip weight. He says that was the biggest thing about it.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a leap. We don't have to use the original Power Pro. We can use the Max Quattro because it is, like Dick said, it's actually 25% thinner.
Right. It's
So
real
right on
thin.
the 25% thinner and same strength. And Dick hasn't, you said you hadn't noticed any stretchiness with it. That's what Denny and I were talking about on the phone earlier this week, wondering if the Max Quattro was going to be spongier than the original because it's smaller line diameter, but it's got to have a tighter weave to it. So it's probably less stretchy.
Yeah. When I make a set of lines up, I tie them to the hasp on my shop and I pull test them to 100 pounds and hold it for 30 seconds. Makes a major difference. It realigns the molecules in the line. It stretches less than stainless.
Wow. That's awesome.
What size?
I've been using
what
them
size
7 years.
What size are you talking about?
Power
What
Pro,
weight? What weight?
60-pound test.
60.
60
And
pound. All right, I bought 100.
You like the
100's way
Palomar?
too much. That's overkill.
Okay.
You like the Palomar knot, Dick? Not the
I use the
double?
Palomar because I tie it right
Modified.
direct to the clips.
You tie them right to the clips. Okay.
Like the set I made for John Paris, I used eyelets.
Mhm.
You know, just round buttons, and then he can put any kind of clip he wants on it.
Okay.
I made him at the contest.
Yeah.
At his
So, I mean,
contest.
that's an option, I guess, if you wanted to use eyelets with the line, you could use the Palomar knot.
And then you can use kitty, you know, Hello Kitty clips, you know,
Hmm.
because I tie them right to Hawaiian clips. That's what I use. And I tie the line right direct to that. Never had a failure yet.
We're gonna try them.
Yeah,
I'll have to order some 60-pound tests now. What color does that come in?
yellow.
That's all yellow. Okay.
You want yellow or white. The Max Curo you can't get in white.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
a lot of times I make a set of lines up, I'll put one line white, one line yellow. So then when I tie it on the airplane, yellow's up, white's down.
That's a great idea.
Hey, that's a great idea.
Yeah, just get 2 colors of line.
It's a great
Don't
idea.
buy anything but yellow or white. You buy red, it gets lost in the grass.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of liking the yellow because if somebody steps on these lines, they always say that my lines always manage to get stepped on because I can't see those dang brown lines.
Well, it won't
Yeah.
matter
If they can't
anymore.
see this, if they can't see this, they by George need to open their
I
eyes.
don't care if they get stepped on or not.
Doesn't matter. I step on mine
Well-
every day and it doesn't hurt them.
I got
Well,
one set of lines
we
I've
fly
been
on
using.
asphalt though.
You know, I got 6-year-old lines that are just filthy from
Yeah.
getting dragged around, stepped on.
Yeah.
You can still pull test to 100 pounds. They ain't gonna break.
Wow. Well, I'll have to try these
Fantastic.
things then. I'll
It's
have to
good.
try them then.
I was
You
shooting.
go on the internet. Yeah.
Good grief, Denny.
See, there's what I use right there. I use the damn kite string. These are
Yeah,
cheaper.
I have some of those too.
Yeah, they're
Perfect.
cheaper than the damn regular handles.
Line
regular
reels, yeah.
reels.
That's awesome.
You can buy them kite reels on eBay for like $6-7.
Hmm.
They used to be
Yeah,
$4 till they got popular.
Yeah, I got 4 of them at $4 a piece, but now
Yeah, I
they're
got-
6 or 8. Like
Yeah, they got
everything else as it
expensive
gets
all of a
popular.
sudden. Yeah, people wanted them and the price went up.
Yeah. Very
Wow.
true. Like everything else.
But
Dennis, have you finished your plane yet? You got you covered on the Bow Best yet?
No, I'm still waiting for me to finish my model box in Las Vegas. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I had a couple of things. I'm gonna get some parts of my electric motor running. It's the beam that my brother printed up for me. I'm gonna be picking that up tomorrow. So he will finish off the notes properly. Sort of been using that as an excuse not to work on it too. So. But yeah, I still want to finish. I still like to get the doggone thing in the air before the snow flies. But,
Yeah. I'd love to hear how that one goes because I have one downstairs. I'm getting ready to start. I've got to finish 2 planes before I start on another one. Do have 4 done, but I still got too many. Yeah, thank you. I tell you what, I can't fly, but I can spend time finishing now.
That's awesome. You know what? You
Yeah.
can never have too many. No such
That's
thing.
for sure. That's
My
for
wife
sure.
even says we can't have too many.
Oh, that's nice.
I wish I get my wife to fly.
the other day I counted, I got 22 airplanes ready to fly. That's too many.
Wow. Well, the guys, I made the
40
mistake of giving.
Rodak is 659. So, and that's.
What was that again, Dennis?
That's a pretty damn reel compared to even those kite reels, I think. You know, a Rodak reel is just a piece of plastic. So.
Yeah. I tell you what, it's all getting crazy now.
That's all right. If it's too bad, I'm going to take it and I'm going to wind it around the wingtips.
A Spectre, you can get away with it.
You probably could.
Yep, you can.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna be wrapping up a bunch of half-A lines and handles, with that, and you wrap it right up around the handle and stuff. The only problem with that is, of course, you gotta twist them, which is no big deal. And, like I say, I want to fill up the reels, although I'm gonna be taking my time with that now because I'm not really sure. I got some 65-pound traditional Power Pro.
Yep, that's good stuff.
I suppose it'll just run, fall short of what I could have achieved with the Max Quattro, but it's still going to be an improvement over the steel lines I was using. So,
Yeah.
I mean, size wise and certainly weight wise. But yeah, I took out 3/4 of an ounce of tip weight using a 100-pound test traditional Power Pro. All right, and that's what he's had a lot of experience with this stuff, and he's saying way overkill. So
You did you say you took out 3/4 of an ounce of tip weight?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't have a 3/4 of an ounce in mine.
To 100-pound test traditional Power Pro, not the Max Quattro, the big stuff, 3/4 of an ounce.
Wow.
Yeah, because 100-pound test is about 18 thousandths diameter.
Yeah. That's what I'm using.
Yeah. It's overkill.
It's overkill. I'm can't wait to try some lighter stuff. I'm dying to.
Your 15,000 stainless is only 45-pound test.
Yeah, go figure, eh? Wow.
Offhand, do you know what an 012 stainless is rated at?
Pardon?
What 012 stainless line would be capable of?
I don't know.
All right.
Because that 4-strand stuff, them gold lines, that's 45, 50-pound tests per line.
Good grief. Can you imagine take these and put them on a half-A, you'd be able to fly all day and not have to worry about it. Where those 008s, if somebody thinks about rolling over it, you just forget stepping on them. If something else, somebody else rolls over it, you've ruined them.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen that done.
Silky smooth.
I've seen people look at that stuff and it kinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, half-A's, I use 10-pound test Power Pro.
Yeah.
There you go. That's all you need.
I'm going to be safe. I'm going to use 15, mostly because I got a big roll of 15, right? I'm going to be using bridge chains on them. So.
Bridge chain.
Yeah, 15-pound test Power Pro. Well, on one of the airplanes, I'll be replacing 012, all right, with a 15-pound test Power Pro. Yeah, I'm going to be taking tip weight out of that thing too.
Yep. Sometimes you may have to move the lead outs back on 100-pound tests because it's a little more draggy. But it's definitely got to take tip weight out.
Yeah, I noticed the shape of the curve of the lines was different.
Yep, you can see it with yellow.
I equated that being it was draggier. And then I also noticed I used 150 milliamps more battery, which was a one flight test. Might have been a little shaky, and that's not a serious data stream or something like that. But again, there's lots of room for opportunity for improvement on that. So,
wow.
And I may end up, if I'm going down to something like a 60-pound, like a 12 013 line in place of the 018, I may end up being able to actually slow the RPM a tick or two. I'll save some battery too. So
yeah, if you go with the Max Curo, it's so thin. So that eliminates the drag like the 100-pound test does. 100-pound test, we use that for combat.
Well, they used to because it was nominally rated the same size as the steel.
Yeah.
Not because it needed
a
50-pound test, but it's just nominally the same size. So
it's fun as a line tangle. When you got Power Pro and he's got steel, it destroys the steel lines. Doesn't hurt the Power Pro.
Wow. Now I know why the steel line guys don't like flying that stuff. I get it.
Mike knows.
We get chewed out every time we go to Detroit. because we're flying Spectra. And the only one up there that is Ed Breeze. Everybody else is flying steel. And you get a line ball with somebody, they have ruined a set of lines, and they gripe about it every time. And I'm like, you didn't put anything in the contest flyer that said they weren't legal or not allowed at the contest, and they're legal under the AMA code.
Yep.
For combat. If you think it's such an advantage, get a set. Or carry a set, and if you know you're flying somebody with Spectra, put a set on. If you want to fly steel against steel, carry 2 sets of lines. But I'm not changing. I'll never fly steel on combat planes again.
Yeah,
Ever.
right.
Ever.
Guys, let me interrupt for a second. I'm a little bit behind in the chat. Mike Rigel says, I think Sparky misspelled my Gmail name. And when Sparky said it, I thought he was just reading what he had in the account, so I didn't say anything. So sometimes people's email is spelled a little bit different, so I just didn't say anything. So sorry about that, Mike Rigel. And then Gerald Wimmer, he says, member for 18 months. That's just the title of his account. But hello, Charles, and all those Stunthangar fans out there. Thanks for the great show. We are watching as we rebuild the front deck here. Well, thanks for coming in and checking us out, Gerald. And hello, Max, and hello, Otto. Hope you guys are doing well. Fantastic.
Yeah.
We're all caught up. Go ahead.
Well,
Train, what are you doing?
well, I was planning to show you guys how I put a mold a stabilizer half, but when I started to lay out my stuff, I realized that my carbon was not cut at all.
Oh,
Really?
So I just spent some time right now just to cut the carbon, which is right now sitting in a shelf over there and is ready to go.
Is that a piece of cake there, Tryon?
Yes, that is a piece of cake.
Oh, what kind of cake is that?
This is I don't know. It's from a Russian store. It's made with honey mostly. Ooh.
Yeah, I've never seen it before. Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it's yummy.
Is that part of the process too?
I'm glad to see Train eating something sweet.
Really enjoyed this composite.
I didn't think he ate sweet stuff.
Good
How
job.
about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the composite horizontal. Just as you can see, this guy is already painted and ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just getting my materials out, so I got my Roja cell that goes inside, and I have 2 pieces here. So it's a what kind of a deal. This goes in the front, this goes in the back, and and
very nice.
Many other stuffs. But I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mix up some epoxy too and let it cure overnight to make sure it's still fine, and I'm not gonna have another surprise next time around.
Yeah.
Because I haven't molded a plane since when was that? Last year sometime. Last year before the Nats, actually.
You don't need any more surprises like that last one, that's for sure.
Oh no, thanks. I'm still fixing stuff from there.
Yeah, I hear you.
So yeah, I mean, if you guys are curious to see, I can show a little something, So basically, here's everything I prepare for the fuselages, all the parts they go organized. This is one side, this is the other side of the fuselage. So this is one drawer, this is the other drawer, and this is for the wings. And again, this is prepped for the wings here, and that corner is for the horizontal stuff that I just cut this evening. Right here, you can see these are all templates I'm using. I have a bunch of templates. Some of them are double because what's happening here, I have templates for the foam, and I have templates for the carbon. So everything is labeled. This is for the carbon, obviously, and you can see this would be for the raw cell. But you put them on top of each other, You're gonna find out that there are two different sizes. See that?
Mhm.
They're completely different. So yeah, the same here. The Roja Self too. So this is how things work here. You know, and some bag material. This I have my notebook with all the details, everything that is written down. So I keep track of stuff that I'm using. Some bits and parts in here. These are all bags of parts that go in here. So,
Guys, if it looks like he is incredibly organized, he really is.
It does look like he's incredibly organized.
He really is. He's got his act together. I wish I was half as organized as he is.
no, you don't. No, you don't.
All right. Well, anytime you want to show us,
You know,
that'd be
I'm
great,
actually very
man.
disorganized if you think about it, but I'm forced to do this. I have to.
Yeah. You got me fooled, brother, because I'm telling you what, it looks like you got your act together.
Mm.
Oh boy.
Mm. Good cake.
Mike, what are you working on? You always working on something. You're not working on anything tonight?
Not tonight. No, it was Sam and I went flying this morning, and then we had family night at the haunted house, and Sam and I went shooting zombies with paintball guns on a hayride tonight. And,
Oh, that sounds like fun.
I mean, we
horrible time, huh?
we didn't get back till like 9 o'clock, so I was late coming
Yeah.
on. I just don't feel like getting anything out. We've got airplanes to clean up, and they're still in the truck. But tomorrow, I just don't feel
Yeah.
like on anything tonight.
Yeah.
So,
Tell me something off of subject. When are you going to cut your roses and all?
in the next week or two, they need to come
Okay.
down. Charles
I'm
going
gonna
to
do
get the
mine.
airplane out in a second and start chirping at us. But yeah, next week or two.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and get ready to do mine then.
Hey,
I was
Mike,
late last year, and I said I won't do that again this year.
Yeah.
I have a question, Mike. What do you use to clean your planes and clean your stuff? What do you use to clean?
It's in the truck. Oh, I use Fantastic.
Okay.
It's in a green bottle. They sell it in the grocery store. Fantastic. It's a good grease cutter,
Mm-hmm.
I've used that, or the other one I've used is 409, Formula 409. Well, they used to call it Formula 409. Now I think it's just called 409. But both of them are kitchen cleaners for, doing your stove and your microwave. But they seem to do a really good job of taking the grease off. And then if it's a monocoated airplane, I keep a spray bottle of just IPA, of isopropyl alcohol. And that really does a good job getting the caster off. But you can't use it on a painted finish because the alcohol will take the clear coat.
Lynn showing us his Fantastic.
Fantastic,
Here it is.
baby.
Yeah.
It's the only way to go.
Oh yeah, Len. See, he just refills his jugs. Yeah.
You're darn right. I'm cheap. I buy the big bottle.
It's good stuff. It cuts the grease really.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, on a monocoated plane, I'll use rubbing alcohol. Just regular IPA that you get for $2 in a quart. I put that in a spray bottle and spray the wing down after I do the Fantastic, and that does a really good job taking any residuals off. Plus, it's really good for cleaning your hands. So when you go to get in your truck, you don't get caster handprints and fingerprints all over your door handle and your steering wheel. You guys know
really.
caster prints everywhere, no matter how good you wash your hands. So we always spray our hands down with IPA, and that does a good job getting the fuel off you.
All right, thanks. It's a good tip.
Sounds like a plan.
I think I use Sprayway.
Sprayway. Simple Green works really good too.
That's
but
good stuff. Yeah.
It's spendy though. It's pricey. Simple Green is pricey.
Well, it's pricey, and you better thin it like they say. Otherwise, you'll get streaks on your paint.
Yeah.
It'll streak the paint. You can wax it out and polish it out, but it's still, you have to.
Mm-hmm.
It will streak. but it does get everything off. He's right. And I use the same thing. He uses alcohol. It works on Monaco planes. We used to use something called, I can't remember the name of it. It was a glass cleaner, clear glass or simply glass or
Glass Plus.
no, I don't think it was Glass Plus. I did used to use Glass Plus. I tell you what, I'll run downstairs and get it. I'm gonna find out because I got stuff question now. But they make this stuff in an aerosol can and they make it in a spray bottle.
Yeah.
And the only thing I
Windex.
don't like about it is the one that works the best is the aerosol can because it puts out a foam, where the other one, the spray bottle, is just
can though.
yeah,
Probably
it's
about
expensive.
$7 a can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The only thing I don't hate about it, I hate that it's aerosol. But anyway, on my really good planes, that's what I use, and on the other, I use the spray bottles. But the Fantastic works very well. That's what we use most of the time. It's weird. Everybody uses the same stuff, and nobody knew. Everybody's come to the same conclusion. How about that?
I use two things. I either use the Fantastic or I just use Windex, like regular window cleaner. One or the two.
Yeah. The
Windex is
Fantastic
what I've.
cuts through the grease a little better, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that
think so,
probably
too.
does. Yeah.
Windex is what I use for wet sanding. I
you
saw
go.
our fearless leader do it, and I tried it one day because I've always used hot water and a drop of Dawn, and then I saw our fearless leader doing it one day, and I said, "Well, I'll try it," and I've done
Thanks,
that
Carl.
ever since.
Yeah, that's what we use up here is Sprayway.
Oh, Sprayway.
That works good. And I was going to say that the Windex is fine, but if you have a monocoat finish, the ammonia lifts the adhesive. You'll get more separation. So I try
Yeah,
to stay away from ammonia.
you can't use ammonia on a monocoat. You will be sorry.
And
Oh, I
Windex-
didn't know that.
When
Yeah,
you do,
Windex has ammonia in it, and it'll release the film.
Oh, I gotta stop using that then.
Yeah,
Okay.
have you,
naughty boy, don't use.
naughty boy.
Yeah, I didn't know that one.
Have any of y'all ever, when you put a Windex airplane, monocoat airplane, have you ever taken that stuff and painted around all your edges?
Oh,
I started doing that when I did. Yeah, but
Yeah, it works good. I did that in my Nobler. It helped delay the lifting.
Yeah, you still have to redo it about every other year, but I did it on my Nobler, and the letters are still on there after I flew that thing for about 4 years.
Wow.
I don't know what my dog's into, but anyway, it stayed put for about 4 years. The letters still look good on it, and then it withstood the crash. The nose of the airplane back to the wing is gone. I mean, it's just destroyed, and from there back is fine. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen, but the spinner was destroyed. The front of the plane's destroyed, and I pulled the 40 out of it expecting it was going to be just ruined. Put a new prop on it, it runs fine. That darn 40 is indestructible. They're tough as they can be. Steve's here. Good deal.
Hey, Dick.
And,
How are you, Steve? Good to see you.
No, not too bad. Been a busy day, but doing fine.
Yeah, that's good. I told somebody today, not too bad for an old guy, and he looked at me like, I thought, well, I am an old guy. He looked at me. I thought he was a young fellow. I thought he was younger than me. He says, well, I'm 76. How old are you? I said, well, I'm behind you by 10 years, so I guess I'm good for a young fellow. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. With all this backup of all the goods and stuff at the ports.
Yeah.
This will be the first time in all my life that I don't get Christmas gifts because I'm not on the bad list.
Mm.
So you're not gonna get any coal this year, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you can't even get that.
That's bad.
Well, we all
That
can
is
send you a
bad.
lump, we'll send you a lump of coal if you want.
You can't get coal. That's
Oh.
scarce now too.
Damn.
You talk about things that are getting expensive. I ordered from Wix. I ordered some light fly.
Mhm.
It's only 5 pieces, 2 foot wide by 4 foot long.
4 feet long.
Yeah.
Look out.
How thick?
Well, 2 of them were
Leave it up there.
1/16, one was 3/32, one was 1/8. Okay. And
About $130.
110.
Wow.
But wait till you hear what the shipping charge was.
Probably $40.
Whoa.
$75.
Oh,
Wow.
my goodness.
And the problem is I needed it. I have to have it. And I had to pay it.
Now, is this aircraft ply or just regular light
Light
ply?
ply.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a little secret.
All right.
I hit a pothole coming home from Atlanta and busted a shock mount on my frame.
Damn.
In order to get the shock mount, I had to buy a section of frame for my truck. $670.
Jeez.
$450 of that is shipping from Texas.
Good Lord.
Yeah, that's what I said.
How in the hell did you find the only pothole in the South?
Just my luck, I'm telling you. I hit that guy. They were working on the road. South Carolina was working on the road, and they told me to get over. And then he says, "No, get back this way." He took me the wrong way, so I went on the wrong side of his truck. 2 cars behind me went that way too. I just busted a shock mount. The guy behind me wasn't so lucky. He tore the whole front off his car. They had a hole there. I joke and say you could hit a Volkswagen in it, but it was probably 4 feet across, and I don't know how deep. There was no place to stop. But I mean, when it went boom, I thought I blew out a tire.
Dang.
Wow.
I mean, that was
John,
the
Did
biggest
you
mess.
get a picture of it and send to your insurance company? Probably,
Well, I can send it to the state of South Carolina, and they'll pay for the damages. My daughter actually works for the state of South Carolina, and I did not know that that's what she does. But she was telling me if I could tell her where it was. So I told her where it was, and she checked into it. She said, "Tell me what it costs to get it fixed."
Wow.
So it's at the shop now. The only thing is, I have no idea when I'm going to get it back.
Yeah.
We were at a hobby shop here yesterday and looking at plywood, and the same deal. One sheet, $35. One sheet of 1/8" ply, and I don't mean 6 ply. I'm talking like just 3 ply, light ply.
Wow.
Yeah.
$35 a sheet. My wife
it's
said, "You
expensive.
got to be kidding me!" Like,
I'm going to tell you, it's gotten to the point. When you build an airplane, you better make sure you really want this airplane, because it ain't cheap to build one anymore.
No.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's bad on the price of wood when where they get the wood from, it's that expensive.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, oh, look at Michael.
Look at this guy.
I'm gonna spotlight
you, turkey.
Oh my goodness.
You, turkey.
I don't know. Here, man, I feel like I'm dealing cards, man.
I tell you what, good grief, Mike.
Okay.
You can tell wood's getting expensive when I start buying kits.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to start doing. I've got 2 more airplanes I want to build scratch probably, and after that, I'm just going to build kits. That's it.
This was all part of a Marshall Busby stash that I got. So you're saying, Len, they're getting $35 for a sheet?
One sheet like that, a 2 foot by 1 foot.
Yeah, and I've got everything from 64th up to 1/4 inch here.
Wow.
Guys, you're shopping in the wrong spot. I'm looking at the aircraft spruce right now, and a sheet that's 4x8, $47.65, light ply.
4x8. That's a lifetime worth.
1/8 inch?
You would think so, but if you start building sailplane kits, it goes quick.
Well, I checked on that one time, but that's
feet. It's $47
for 1/8 inch, though, right?
They're kind of limited. They have only 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch light plywood.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's the problem. So if you need 1/8 inch in big quantities, probably this is the place where you want to go buy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
That'll have to come common carrier though, won't it? I don't think that could be real expensive.
Okay, so if you wanna get the other plywood, the birch finish plywood from Finland for aircraft,
Yeah,
they have some super nice prices here. They go from 1/64, 1/32, 3/64, 1/16, 5/64. They have a bunch of sizes in here. And
Okay.
let's say for a comparison, what do you guys want to compare? 1/8 inch?
Yeah,
Okay, so this is 5 plies,
yeah,
plywood, the stuff that you probably
the
find in
good,
your
yeah,
hobby
the good
store.
stuff, yeah.
Yep. And the half sheet is $41.90.
Wow.
Just for your information, what a full sheet is. Full sheet is 4 feet by 4 feet. A half sheet is 2 feet by 4 feet.
Okay, wow.
Is I bought some 1/8 inch aircraft ply from SIG, and I know it was more expensive than that, and it was not even that size. So
What is the name of that second place?
Aircraft spruce.
Bruce.
Yeah, I buy from there all the time.
Yeah, we have that here too, so that's what I should be doing, I guess.
Yeah.
I went with Wix because I've been trying to find 1/16 and 3/32 light ply. It's hard to find.
It is hard to find in those sizes.
Yeah, but 1/8 inch, they have it here for very inexpensive. And I think they will be happy to cut it for you in smaller pieces so they can ship it easier.
oh, okay, that's a good idea.
So
Hey guys, we're about ready to go into the after party. It's almost 9 o'clock here and midnight there. And before I do that, Marcel Legrand, he says, hi, Sammy from New Zealand. So that's Marcel Legrand giving Sammy a shout out. And we have had as many as 30 viewers. That's great. We have 25 likes, 0 chat revenue. If anybody could donate to the cause, we would definitely appreciate it. And there's no new members. Don't forget the join button on the YouTube channel. If you join, there's some exclusive things for like member only videos. Plus, we'll know you are a paid patron, and we'll definitely do all we can to help you out. And so please consider doing that. And again, you can join anytime watching the YouTube, but you only can do the super chat during the live stream, which is we're going to end it really shortly. And
If they're,
anyways,
if
go
they're a
ahead, John.
member, we don't talk behind their back.
That's funny. Anyways, thank you very much for coming in, and go out there and have some fun this weekend. Come back Monday and tell us all about it. And with that being said, I'm going to end the stream. And we're not going anywhere. We're just going to end the live stream, and we're going to start having some fun. So we will see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye
John
now.
Miller. John Miller,
Yes, sir.
did you get a package for me?
I did, and thank